Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank you folks for watching, liking, and sharing my videos. You people are the absolute best. Listen, it's here, all right? NFL is here. Before I get into my Week 12 picks, before I get there, I want to talk about my Week 11 recap. I want to go over what went on in Week 11, my picks, how I fared. I'm not going to hide that from the folks. So let's go ahead and get into my Week 11 recap. First game I covered from Week 11, Cowboys at Lions. Took the Cowboys in this football game, and I got myself a W. Cowboys beat the Lions 35 to 27. Shout out to Cowboys fans. You folks got yourselves a W. I took the Cowboys, so I got myself a W as well. Next game I covered from Week 11, Texans at Ravens. Ooh, man. Took the Ravens in this football game, and I got myself a W. Ravens beat the Texans 41 to 7. Whoa. I thought the game was going to be a lot closer than what it was, but hey, Ravens are hot, man, and they're taking care of business. So shout out to Ravens fans. You guys got yourselves a W. I took the Ravens, and I got myself a W as well. And last but not least, it's a game every week. The Jets game. Jets at Redskins. Took the Jets in this football game, and I got myself another W, okay? I'm really happy about this. Jets beat the Redskins 34 to 17, you know? Jets took care of business. Darnold looked solid went out there and threw 4 TDs, so he looked good. He had an interception as well, but, you know, it is what it is. Played fairly well. Guys stepped up. We did exactly what we needed to do to take care of the Redskins. Again, but I'm keeping perspective with that win. The Redskins are not a good football team, but I'll take the W's wherever they come. So, again, shout out to Jets fans. You guys got yourselves a W. I'm a Jets fan, you know what I'm saying? And I took the Jets, so I got myself a W as well. So, listen, with all that said, Week 11, that's in the past. That's said and done, all right? I'm ready to move forward because Week 11 is done. Week 12 is here, okay? We need to talk about Week 12. We need to talk about what we've got coming up and what's happening, okay? So, let me get into my Week 12 picks, all right? First game I want to cover from Week 12, Steelers at Bengals. Oh, man, listen. Steelers coming off of that whole incident with Myles Garrett. Whoa, that was crazy. Okay, I'm not going to get too much into that at all, but coming into this game against the Bengals, they're going to be missing some guys, all right? Juju Smith, he's going to be out, not playing. James Connors also, their running back, their starting running back, he's not going to be playing. So the name of the game for this Steelers team is guys got to step up. It's next man up, all right? Samuel's going to have to step up for Connors, you know? He's going to have to step up and place that and give these guys production. And also, with Juju Smith not playing, there's opportunities for other wide receivers within this core to also step up and kind of fill that gap. And one guy that I am looking at is James Washington, man. I like this kid. I like James Washington a lot. I don't think he gets enough targets. He's coming into his second year here, really kind of coming into his own. This is time that he's got to step up. No Juju. They need to put him out there either at the 1 or the 2 spot. Hell, even move him around. This kid, I'm telling you, he gets the ball in his hands. He can do some things. He's got some speed to him as well. So you also got to look at this Steelers defense because the Bengals, we all know, they're not a good football team. But you got to get after the quarterback. You got to cause some turnovers out there. So I'm looking at Watt. I'm looking at Bud Dupree. I'm looking at Joe Hayden. And I'm saying, hey, get after this guy, you know. Hayden, that secondary, he's back there in that secondary. He's been playing solidly as well. Let's see if you get some picks in this game. You look at the Bengals side of the football, of course, Dalton on that bench. My goodness, Andy Dalton. Poo. So now we got Finley starting at QB. He's out there trying to do his thing again. This is not a very good Bengals team, but I look at the Bengals and I'm saying, I think if you want to win this game, again, it's a divisional opponent. You two know each other very well. You got to get the ball in the hands of Joe Mixon. This has been one of the bright spots for this team. This kid is talented. He can catch the football coming out the backfield. He runs very well. But the Bengals O-line has been very shaky this year. If they can open up some holes against the Steelers here and there, he could make the Steelers pay. You also got to look at the wide receiver core of the Bengals. Banged up. A lot of wide receivers dealing with injuries. A.J. Green is going to be out for this game. So I'm looking at guys like Taj Boyd. You know, he's also got to be able to make some moves out there as well. See if he can, run a solid route, give Finley some good open hands, and get the ball in his hands and see what he can do. So, with all that said, I am taking the Steelers to win this game 20-10. 20-10, I'm taking the Steelers. I think early is fairly close because, again, they are a divisional opponent. Even though the Bengals aren't good, they're still a divisional opponent. But I think the Steelers end up pulling away after halftime. So, again, I'm taking the Steelers to beat the Bengals 20-10. So, next game I want to cover, Panthers at Saints. Ooh, man, listen, you look at the Panthers side of the football first. My big question for the Panthers is, Kyle Allen, who are you, dude? Okay? You've had some games where you come out and you've been, very good. And then you come out in the last game and you throw 4 picks. We cannot have that against the Saints team. You turn the ball over against them, game over. They will put you away. You got to take more care of the ball out there, man. Christian McCaffrey, we all know, complete beast this season. This dude is doing it all. He's catching, he's running, he's getting into the end zone. That dude is an absolute monster. But they also got a wide receiver in DJ Moore, who's extremely talented. Kyle Allen has got to find him early on often. You also got Greg Olsen out there. Old man Olsen still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Still being productive. So Kyle Allen, again, has got to take better care of the football in this game against the Saints. You look at the Saints side of the football, and I'm looking at straight at Cameron Jordan. And I'm saying, you're the guy that gets after the QB. You got to harass Allen, man. You got to harass him. You got to bang him around. You got to get him down. I think if he gets to Allen early and often, it's gonna become a long day for that Panthers offense. You look at the offense of the Saints, though, man. Drew Brees, he's back in there throwing. I think Jared Cook, their tight end, has a favorable matchup, man. If Brees can find Cook in this game, man, it'll go a long way. I think Cook can really put up some points in this game and really have some solid drives, especially, with them targeting him. He can really put up some yards as well. So, with all that said, I am taking the Saints to win this football game. I'm taking the Saints to beat the Panthers 30-20. 30-20, I'm taking the Saints. I think they just do their thing and take care of business. So, again, I am taking the Saints to beat the Panthers 30-20. And last but not least, the best game of the week. Woo-hoo! The Jets game. Raiders at Jets. Man, listen. You look at the Jets right now, coming off of, beating the Giants and the Redskins, 2 bad teams. We got a 2-game win streak. I know a lot of fans are really high on this. A lot of people are, calling saying, hey, we're going to win out the rest of the season. Whoa. Okay. Slow down. You look at this Raiders team, they're coming in. They got guys up front that can get after it. Crosby, they got Colin Farrell out there. They got guys that can really rush the passer. And so I'm looking at this Jets offensive line, and I'm saying, can they get guys blocked up front? Even though we have Kelvin Beachum, who is dealing with the injury, but he's going to play through it. He's been very up and down this season, and I'm not a big fan of Kelvin Beachum. I cannot wait for the offseason to come so we can just completely eviscerate this offensive line and get brand new guys in here. So I think that they're going to have issues blocking that Raiders front. We've seen this offensive line get their butts whipped pretty much all season. And that really is going to really weigh in on Sam because, hey, they've got to find ways to either get Sam outside the pocket or we've got to run the ball effectively to kind of keep the Raiders off balance. Because if you go out there and you allow Sam to keep taking shots, we've seen what happens. Turnovers, become skittish in the pocket, the offense doesn't move. So they got to do something. And that's why I'm going to keep my foot on the gas when it comes to Adam Gase. This is the offensive genius. This is our head coach. The reason why he was brought in here was to better our offense. He better have an offensive game plan that can account for what the Raiders are going to do. And outside those first, 15 plays, I think it is, or like the first scripted plays, or like 15, outside of that, he's got to step up. Because all this, we do 15 plays, we look decent, and then after that, we're completely dead offensively. You do that against the Raiders, unlike the Giants, unlike the Redskins, they will put you away. This is a team that is trying to make a playoff push. And these mid-tier teams that are moving up, trying to, compete for those wild card spots, you're not going to get away with the same stuff that you got away with those bad football teams that we just got done playing. That's not happening. So he's got to put together a very solid offensive game plan. And one of those things he needs to do, and I talked a little bit about it earlier, was he's got to include Le'Veon Bell. You've got to start scheming with this guy, and you've got to put him in positions to make plays, and we've got to run the football. I know you got a pass happy ass offense, Adam Gase, but you got to change some of that stuff up. You cannot keep doing that in every single game. You got to put the ball in the hands of Bell. This team has got to run the football well against the Raiders. If we don't, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long day. You look defensively, and man, bless Austin, Arthur Millette. There's going to be starting again. C.J. Mosley's going to be out, so you're going to have Hewitt in there. You're going to have Burgess in there as middle backer as well. How are these matchups going to work? Greg Williams has worked really well so far with just kind of what he's been given. I mean, we've been banged up most of this year defensively. We've had guys out. C.J. Mosley has missed a ton of time. Of course, we've had other guys that have gone down the secondary, been banged up, and he's been able to put together game plans. Well, guess what? Bless to Austin and Arthur Millette, they're going to be tested this week because this is not the Redskins. They're coming in, the Raiders are coming in with Tyrell Williams. They're coming in with other wide receivers that know exactly what's going on around here, and they will give it to you. You know what I'm saying? If Bless can't cover these guys, it's going to be a long day. So I want to see how Greg Williams is going to kind of scheme stuff up. They're also coming in with Darren Waller. Man, this dude is one of the better tight ends in the league. We all know, as Jets fans, if you watch him, we've struggled to cover tight ends damn near most of franchise history. It's crazy, man. We just can't seem to stop that, position. And this is a guy that's coming in, so I want to see how we get him covered, especially, again, with C.J. Mosley being down. We all know Avery Williamson has been out, the entire year. He's going to be gone the entire year because of the injury that he got. Will Neville Hewitt be able to step up and cover him? Or are they going to bring Marcus May down into the box? Or is this going to be a game where we see Jamal Adams covering the tight end as well? So Greg Williams has a lot of things that he's got to do in this football game as well to kind of slow the Raiders down, defensively here. Because, man, it's going to be a big job, especially when you talk about the backs that they have as well. Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Washington. Those two kids, I'm telling you, they can come out the backfield and catch the football. Josh Jacobs is also a guy, you hand the football off to him, and he gets to scooting. I understand that we have, I think, the number 1 or 2 ranked run defense in the league. We're stout against the run, but we're garbage against the pass. A lot of teams just don't run against us because they're launching the football down the field. So this might be a team, again, they're extremely physical up front offensively. They got, Richie Incognito. They got a lot of guys on that offensive line that can push people around. This might be the one team we face this year. This might be the start where they're going to be able to open up holes and get going. I mean, hell, against the Jaguars, Leonard Fournette was running all over the place. I remember he had a 67-yard run at the beginning of the game. And, I mean, it was a hole big enough to drive a bus through. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to account for a lot of things against this Raiders football team. And I don't know if our team is necessarily up to the task, but this is going to answer a lot of questions about us. Who are we really? I know a lot of fans, again, we've beaten 2 bad teams, and they're starting to say things and do things and speak in a certain way that will make you think that we're a playoff team. And I don't necessarily believe that. I think there's a lot of things wrong with this team, and we've seen them throughout the season. We played 2 bad teams, and then, those wins put a lot of deodorant on the season. So with all that said, I am taking the Raiders to beat the Jets 23-17. 23-17, I'm taking the Raiders. I think the Raiders just defensively, they're going to be able to get after us. I don't think our offensive line is going to hold up. And I think we're going to see a lot of the issues that we had saw throughout this season before our 2-game winning streak really rear their ugly head in this football game as well. So, again, I am taking the Raiders to beat the Jets 23-17. Comment down below, folks. Let me know what you folks think, because I want to hear from you guys. Are you a Jets fan? If you're not a Jets fan and this is just your team, let me know what you folks think. Again, please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. Football's here. Time. Sit down with your families. Enjoy yourselves. Kick back. Have your favorite beverage, your favorite food, and just enjoy your times with your families. Okay, folks? You folks have a good one. Peace.